Ladies and gentlemen, please listen carefully. Everyone needs to be taking out a primary. That is the only thing you need on your desk, and of course a pen or a pencil, obviously. Quickly. Okay, friendly reminder, tomorrow you have vocab 21 through 30. Your map and your primary source are due tomorrow. Any questions on the due dates? Good, because it's been 13 weeks of the same thing. Could be shocking if you had a problem with it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, last week was the first week of transition from me sitting here doing it, calling on you, to you now actively participating. Last week was an eye-opening event. Can we agree? Took you way too long to go through, so I'm expecting better. Last period did much better than the previous week, even though it still took longer. You will notice on your primary source, you have two primaries. One is a picture and one is a travel log. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, do not think for a second that the easiest one is going to be the picture. Do not be foolhardy. Okay, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, when you're doing a picture, you still need to annotate it. Is everyone clear on that? Now, are you going to have as much as you would on a written one? No, but do you still need to be looking at things in great detail? Yes, because there's a lot of information there. I will tell you first period did the worst on the front. So, not that I'm expecting you to do exactly like them, but I'd be wary. With that being said, please listen to my instructions. I'm going to give you 18 minutes to do both the first and the second primary. Now keep in mind, on your AP exam, you're supposed to do 5 to 9 documents and write a DBQ, which is an analysis with an argument, in an hour. You're just doing 2 documents in 18 minutes. Do we see how we need to get faster at this? However, I am expecting your happies to be completed and your documents to be annotated. The biggest lesson from last week is we need to do it faster. Can we agree? Now please listen to the next part. This is new. With that being said, on the front, I want one person of the pair to kind of lead the discussion. On the back, I want the other partner to lead the discussion. But on both sides, both partners have to agree. Does that make sense? One person is not doing everything and the other person just listening. It's a conversation, but one person is to say, okay, this is what I think the historical context is. What do you think? And the other person can agree or disagree. Does that make sense? It is important because, as you saw, we went from one transition where I did everything, called on you for support. Right? Now, you are with a pair. Can we see what the next transition is? Yeah. And do you think we're going to wait 11 weeks for that, or do you think it's going to come faster? Faster. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be practicing the skill because you won't be collecting primaries on the day of your test anymore. They'll be coming out on Mondays, and it'll be timed, and I will be scoring them for correctness. That's your future. You'll have 7 minutes to do a primary source, and it will be timed, and then it will be collected and graded and scored by me. Do we see what the end goal here is? We need to move faster, but you need to get better at your conversation. So one person should be leading one side, the other person should be leading, but you both need to have a conversation about it. It's not a dictatorship. Is everyone clear? If you're in the front, you need to be with someone in the back. If you're in the back, you need to be someone in the front. If you're in the middle, pick someone in the back or in the front. Go. You have 18 minutes. Go. Quickly. Go. Clock is running. Sit down, go with someone. Go. Guys, wherever you see 2 tables next to each other, sit. You can move desks. I don't care as long as you're working.
So this
Are you odd number?
It's the so
Guys, you're discussing as you go. If you're sitting there in silence, you're doing this wrong.
He's saying that they have infinite number of subjections, dominions, but they they're civil. This empire extends to that part of Germany which is under the dominant of Poland. So that's how he's connecting it to the king of Poland. They're on the border of Russia. And some reckon among his subjects of one nation of 5 acres. Who acknowledge himself, but not even submitting to the authority of the Grand Duke. So he's saying subjects. So he's comparing Poland to Russia. He's saying that Russia is like at peace and stuff. And they probably have a great control over it. It's probably a strong government. Whereas in Poland, they won't even submitting to the authority of the Grand Duke. So, yeah. So decentralized or chaos. But when it suits their own convenience. So they're not really that reliant on the Duke or anybody in their government position. These wandering tribes are said to worship wandering tribes. These wandering tribes to describe are said to worship separation of the today worship the tribe. Which I do not repeat as I have not seen them. It says many other ridiculous things are reported of them, and then that they just worship whatever they see. So he's criticizing. He's not going to separate all these bad things done because he hasn't seen all these things. Yeah. 35 years of age. So he seems to be criticizing his age. Probably as too young. Yeah. Was handsomely made and wait. He's talking about the Duke of Russia or the Grand Duke of Russia, sorry. Yeah, no, he's not criticizing his age. I thought they were doing who did not agree with the spin-out, reigning Duchess and not therefore on very friendly terms with their father. Spina, his second wife, had brought him with 2 daughters, and was said to be again with a child. The Russian church is ruled over by a patriarch, so that would describe their religion. Patriarch. His election or appointment is dependent on the Grand Duke. So the Grand Duke has control in terms of
Guys, remember, one person is leading. However, it's not a dictatorship. There should be a conversation, but one person should be leading. And remember, last time you spent too much time analyzing and not breaking down the document, and you're happy. So make sure you're hurrying through. You've got 13 minutes.
So this seems to parallel what they did with the Byzantine Empire. Because the Byzantine Empire, the ruler also had control of the church, and they also worshipped idols.
He doesn't want to control the church, he wants to choose who's in charge.
Yeah. They're addicted to drunkenness. So
Drinking is important.
they have So the Grand Duke also controls the drinks, like who gets the licenses. And would kill one another. They would So the marketplace is supposed to occupy them. Their job is supposed to like So this is a trading house. They got merchants from Moscow, from Moscow, from Germany and Poland.
So the trade
So the skin spots is
Yeah.
Many of these, so they really take a long trip. So these furs must be like the main export.
Yeah, some of the biggest
Guys, you got to move faster if you're going to analyze this document. You have a whole other document. By the way, you're almost at the halfway mark, so you should be halfway done with. You should be just about done with one document. If you're done with like most of the first and like on to the second, you're going a little faster than I would like. And we'll see how correct you are. You should be just about done with your first document.
So historical concepts So I guess Italy is collecting. What Italy is the hub of trade. They control trade for most of Europe. Trading with Okay, for the audience,
they're coming from all these senators and all these
it says he's an ambassador, so the ruler of
yeah, it's
so for a possible trade rates.
I'd say that to explain the well-being of the government and trade situation.
Yeah, I guess.
By the way, you're officially at 8 minutes, so you should be into your second one, ladies and gentlemen. You should be into your second one.
He wrote it.
Is that on front one?
Probably told the writer. Probably told the writer that what he sees on his travels by the king, that's probably what he sent around. Probably sent by the king on travels. That's probably why.
Why do we care?
Let's just all the things that are in the United States.
So this is like
It explains how, it kind of tells how Russia became so powerful.
okay.
That was the biggest thing. It was either like biggest import or biggest thing.
Among these birds are the seeds of foxes with heart of signals.
So we see sugar.
Thank you.
On the back, we see sugar, rum, or molasses, and those barrels. It was probably molasses or rum. Then we see slaves on the side.
Because I think this is from, I think this is leaving.
This is the middle passage. This ship has to be going through the middle passage.
So the story.
And
It looks like they just ran all the slaves into the like all the space that they could put the slaves where their heads.
Oh, the gets it like the state is gonna
So they don't really care about comfort of the slaves. They don't
they
really
have cannons to protect, so the protection shows how Americans, the value of it. Historical context. I forgot, was it the triangle? Okay, the triangular.
It was they took away the picture.
And
All the audience.
I'm gonna say slash.
audience. So historian?
By the way, you have 4 minutes.
I think it's historians, audience, because they would only have they want to have purpose.
So the treatment of slaves and importance of to your
Point of view. Why do we care? Oh, the triangular tree. Caused a massive population boom globally. And Europe to the Americas.
in America.
You've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I would check your answers, people, especially if you're sitting there.
Oh, this is
Mass population links Europe to the Americas. And okay, so we could say that for evidence we could put for historical context, we could put Brazil and then sugar cane. Brazil was the main export, Brazil held the most slaves.
That's good. It's 3 by 3.
yeah.
There's no way. Maybe there was hugging each other.
May as well say that's the purpose of all this.
You have 3, 2, 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please listen very carefully. You are going to get up and you are going to talk to a different group. Like 2 of you are going to split up and talk to someone you have not discussed with. By the way, there better be notations on yours. Now, this is what my picture looks like. Does your picture look like that? If your picture is pretty sparse, Zeta, then you're doing something wrong. Because if it takes me doing this and you can do it with nothing, I think things are going wrong for you and you're not doing what you need to do. So you will have 6 minutes. Get up and share your answers. Now, before I start the clock, listen. If you decide that their answer is better, you better be able to defend it when I call on you and say, hey, what did you get for this? And you're going to say their answer because you think it's better than yours. And I'm going to say, how'd you get it? You can't say, I don't know. They told me. That's not an answer. If you write it down, you better be able to defend it. Is everyone clear on that? If you can't defend it, I will call you out. You got 6 minutes. Go. Find someone new. Go. Check your answer. See if you got it. 6 minutes on the clock and going. One group will have 3. That's fine. Jack, do you have a buddy? Perfect. Go. Get with your buddy. Huh? Oh, Lucy, join Jack. Ethan, join with someone else.
That would be well, South America is about that can be used as evidence. Think about what's the situation called. Yeah, they're benefiting from the show how slaves were kept, being transported, and how the U.S. I put triangle trade was booming and involved slaves as a main character. Business of slaves and dating slaves from trafficking. All you check out was the story. I think the purpose was to show
It shows that they were treated like animals, basically. Yeah, the description is like very positive, so you're in favor of like trading slaves. So it's like nothing negative. Yeah, they're in an autocracy. They keep talking about how the capital controls everything. And how like even though it's licensing to like make alcohol, like ethanol I said the Italian government because he's an ambassador. So he's probably
why did they they're trying to create massive population globally and link to Europe to the Americas.
purpose was to report the success of Russian independence and like their trade powers.
By the way, you should be on your second one, ladies and gentlemen. You are halfway through. Remember, you have to be able to defend it.
It's like, yeah, they just came from like the Romans. It's impressed that they had it shows how autocracy can be helpful. Because now people are becoming more democratic, but this is talking about like how you like control things and saying like an autocracy can be beneficial, especially after they've been restrained for so long.
In Russia, it says you like talking about how elections come from.
Yeah, it says.
I wouldn't expect it because that doesn't show why people do this. The thing that we were where does he say? Oh, Venice is on this. And that's saying the ambassador of the Republic of Venice. That is travel. Right. So why is it? Because Italy's
You've got 1 minute. Make sure you got both of them. Make sure you're right.
That's the relation. And then the purpose of the organization it was to inform on a potential trading route. That was the purpose. So, what they explain, but that's not the purpose of it, to inform you. Remember, they want to keep you happy. They want to keep all the traders running through banks because it's in their best interest. What was your
All right, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, go back to your home. Make sure my seats are where they're supposed to be. Make sure you put my room back to where it belongs, please. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Who can summarize document 1 for me? Let's go. Come on. No one can. We have no idea. We have no idea what you spent 9 minutes at least looking at. Oh, geez. What do you got, Ellie?
Explaining how the slaves were kept on the ships and
Is it explaining or is it a visual diagram?
the visual diagram.
It's a visual diagram of how slave ships works. Okay. Be careful of your word selection. Your words matter. Okay, here we go. Who can give me the historical context of the piece? Now, what I would like you to do is next to where it says HAPPY, if you get it right, put a check next to it. If you get it wrong, put an X, because I need you to see what you're doing well and what you're not doing well. Is everyone clear on that? It will not be held against you this week. It won't. Next week? You know it. You know it. However, this week it won't be. With that being said, you need to visually see what you're doing well and what you're not. Is everyone clear on that? Here we go. Who can tell me what is the historical context of the piece? Every hand should be up. This is one of the easiest questions. What do you got, Carly?
The slaves are being transferred to the
Slave trade. Yeah. Transatlantic slave trade or triangular trade would have been a perfect answer. So if you got it right, put a check. If you got it wrong, put an X. You need to see what you're doing well and what you're not doing well. Okay, here we go. Who is the audience of this piece? Who's the audience, more?
slave traders so they can see how to
Slave what?
traders.
Traders. Okay, got it. I don't know what I heard, but it wasn't that. But go ahead.
So they can see how to efficiently move like a large number of slaves.
There we go. Slave traders. The audience is for slave traders. Guys, who do you think made this? Who do you think made this? Zeta?
The Portuguese.
So a random kid in Portugal drew
I
this.
mean, Portuguese were trading slaves. They needed slaves.
So how about a Portuguese slaver? Yes, doesn't that make sense? Words matter. What?
Is it possible that you could put shipbuilders so they knew how to?
If it was a shipbuilder, don't you think everything would have numbers on it? Don't you think they'd be more specific? So it's probably a ship captain. All right, here we go. What is the purpose of this piece? Why would probably a ship captain draw this out? Why, Tessa?
To explain like how to efficiently pack them and like where.
Explain how. There's no explanation here. It's visual.
Show basically like the dimensions of where you're putting the slaves on the ship.
Okay, so for what reason?
To efficiently pack as many as you can.
Is that officially packing as many slaves as you can on that ship? No, Mackenzie, why? Why is that wrong?
That's wrong because most of the ship is cargo hold, so maybe it's also transporting goods.
Look at how much room is in that cargo hold. How many slaves do you think you could put in there? A lot. Why don't they? Who can raise your hand and tell me why there's no slaves in the cargo hold, even though it's a slaving ship? Andrew.
They still need food and water and
No.
things.
Lopez.
Where they are, they can't move around or do anything.
They can't move around and do anything. Lopez, why would they set them up like that?
So they can't like try to revolt against the ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you put them in the cargo hold where they have room to move around, guess what every single person in that cargo hold is going to do? They're going to fight like hell to get the hell out of there. Can we agree? Wouldn't you? You're either going to be a slave or you can die on the ship on the way to slavery. Which one would you choose? I'd rather die on the ship fighting for trying to get out, right? So, why do they put them in the cargo hold? To limit their movements. So, why would a ship captain go into all this detail? What is the purpose of this? Mackenzie? To prevent revolt. So, is this designed to best maximize the slaves or maximize for the crew? It's for the crew. This is for crew safety, because if you're all packed in and you're like pooping and peeing on each other and barely eating, if you get any food, barely eating, and you are living in each other's feces, there are dead bodies around you, okay? Are you able to rebel? No. So is it safer for the white people or for the slaves? The white people. Why would a captain care about the white people? Jose.
Those are the ones managing the ship.
Yeah, those are the people, his employees. Do you think he wants to train new employees? No. Do you think it's easy to justify, oh man, another slave died. Guess what they do? They throw him off the boat and insurance pays for it. So if you could get $500 for a slave, but if a slave dies in transport, shucks, you only get $200. The purpose of it is to show how to transport slaves safely for the crew. Do they care about the slaves? No. They make money whether they die on the boat or if they make it. All right, here we go. What is the point of view? What is the real goal here? What is the ship's captain's real goal, Ethan?
The goal is to minimize the slaves from escaping.
No, they would just lock them up if that was the case, which they kind of do. Avery?
Maybe to show the effectiveness of organizing the ship this way.
It's not terrible. Guys, what is the real goal here? Hello? He's obviously a captain of a slave ship. What is the real goal here, Andrew?
To get the slaves to the Americas.
It's to keep his crew safe and to make money. Who is his real priority here? The slaves or his people? His people. Look at how much room they have in the cargo hold. Look at how much room they have in the ship to move around without having to deal with the slaves, correct? The goal here is to protect his people and to help his white people on the ship. His goal, yes, are they making money? Of course, they have slaves. However, it is to protect his people. Why do we care? Why do we care, Jack?
It shows how slaves are treated and the ships that
No. Lauren, why do we care?
You said like it shows how they were transported from the Africas to the Americas.
No. Guys, come on. What does it show us, Jose? Why do we care?
The transatlantic slave trade caused a massive population boom.
No, that's weird. Tessa?
It shows like the priority of the Portugals to their people.
Yeah, guys, hi. At the end of the day, even when they're moving slaves, what's more valuable, white people or slaves? White people. Even though, what are they not making money off of? White people. However, what's still more valuable? White people. Make sure you are marking check X for everything you got wrong. Mackenzie, stop writing on my desk. Oh, it looks like you're writing on my desk here. Okay. Flip it over. Here we go. Who can summarize this document for me? Let's go. You all read it. Let's go. Hannah, what is this document about?
To show the traveler.
Don't tell me a traveler. Who is this traveler and where is he from?
It's from Italy.
And what's his job, sweetie?
It's the travelogue.
Travelogue is a book.
No. He's writing the travelogue.
Okay. What's his job? Guys, he's an ambassador. Broski broski. We're going to check this answer tomorrow. Goodbye. Can we agree we need to get faster? How'd you do on the first? Didn't sound good. Did not sound good. Did you do better this time than last time? Alright. It's second period, so I don't know what else to say. Alright, goodbye. What's up?